When we're in Teotihuacan doing the journey, I sometimes stop, and there's this as you go up what we call this large avenue to the large pyramid of the moon, you're going through all these levels of consciousness, and where we do various ceremonies and processes, and
Mm.
and each plaza is separated by steps. But as you get close to these steps, it just looks like a stone wall. Well, it just looks like a stone wall. But if you're far back, you see over the wall, you can see where you're going, you can see the pyramids and what's ahead in the plaza. But as you get close, that wall is now this tall, or what looks like a wall in front of you.
Mm.
You can't see anything but the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you get closer, it's, I don't even want to say the world. When we talk about powers that be, adversarial powers, tend to show up and go, yeah, we're going to even blind your vision so
Oh
you
God.
can't see. And so you need to have like this blind faith. I can't see it. I don't know where it is. I'm going to trust that it's there. Keep going. All right, let's see if we'll figure it out. That's one of the elements of motivation at that point, is to have faith that, and the kind of faith of which there's no evidence for.
Mm-hmm.
I have I have faith in gravity, but I have evidence for gravity.
Right.
I have faith that an airplane is going to fly, but I have evidence that airplanes fly because they do it every day. There's thousands of them every day. And so I have faith based on evidence. But blind faith is, can't see it, don't have evidence. I'm going to trust that this will change. Okay. We're in a world of unknowns, foolishly in the illusion that we know a lot of stuff.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. I know stuff like this is a glass of water and I drink it and it's good for my body, but I don't know how the water got here on Earth. Okay. I don't know the big questions. So we got full of unknowns, and I don't know how my cells absorb it and how it makes me healthy, but it does. So these really important unknowns, we're surrounded with them. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
continue. This faith, uh, this feeling, and I talked about in energy training. Wanted you to feel it, wanted you to understand it as a feeling. I know this is going to happen. If you go back to energy training, it's a very important element to doing the work. I know this change is going to happen. I'm going to trust it's going to happen, even if I don't know how. And that will keep you moving through across the desert, so to speak. Because in the beginning, you can get very excited about your goal and your vision. You want to have inspiration. Okay. But then you get doing the work and it's not happening, and your mind says you should be there and things aren't working, it's failing. And to buffer those distracting thoughts, you've got to go, I don't care, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to trust that it will be there eventually. Okay. So another word for that is trust, or confidence, or knowing. And so if you go back to the energy training on faith, you'll learn how to build that. The other thing that you need to achieve this goal, whatever your vision is time. You need to set aside time. And you need to set aside time because you need to apply your attention. Go back to energy training. Attention is a force. It's what we move, dreams. It's what we need to use to access. motivation, perspective, point of view. It's actually what we need to do to deal with the contradictions and resistance that shows up. We need to have our attention and use our attention. We need to use our attention to build new neural pathways. It literally happens as a function of our attention on something new and different. Okay. So one of both the obstacles you need to get through is allotting time. Sometimes you need to allot money, resources towards it. Okay. While I go over some of this stuff, I want you to write out all the obstacles, fears, resistance. We did this in the last call on motivation. Start making a list here.
Yep.
Whatever your vision is, these are the things that are in the way. These are the thoughts that show up. Okay. I don't have enough time. I don't have the money. I'm too old. I'm too set in my ways. That's always failed before. Okay. I'm broken. It'll work for other people, not for me. Any kind of thought like that is an obstacle, is a fear, is a limiting belief. Write it down. We're going to work with it because, let's be honest, they're there. The pie in the sky approach, which is pie in the sky is fantasy approach, is that you'll just dream this vision and you believe it enough will happen. Yes. But you have also probably expended a lot of energy building a resistance and a fear and an obstacle dream, and you believe in that enough, that will happen. And so you need to deal with that and unbelieve that stuff. Okay, and hence that's why the recapitulation work and self-mastery work is important. To unbelieve. You know, it's a peculiar thing. I don't know if many of you noticed, I'm not teaching you a lot. I don't feel I'm giving you knowledge. Here's the 9 principles. Here's the things you have to practice. Here's the things you gotta know. I'm not giving you anything. I give you, I think, very little to know and very little to believe it. It's not like a religion. What I am doing largely in the self-mastery course, relationship course, recapitulation, the front matter of all of this is teaching you how to be skeptical and not believe this pile of stuff you've accumulated that weighs you down. What I'm trying to teach you is to detach from all of the false beliefs and fears that you're carrying, so you're freed up to do what you want. And then you get into self-mastery too, and it's like, hey, I'm pretty free. What do I create now with my extra energy and time and resources? It's like, well, build a new dream. What's a new life? Okay. So you need time, need attention, need skillful action to achieve your vision, to have your vision in your life you want, or whatever changes you want. Skillful action, a lot of that, again, self-mastery course, recapitulation courses, energy training.